I was still really annoyed. You may be an IM, but you played G4 against me.
Oh,
And we're about to see a draw by repetition.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Everything's come off the board, opposite colour bishops, nothing to do.
He's going to play what he does best. You know, he tends to open with the queen's pawn, and he's going to go for that. And the great thing is that he knows his opponent so well, so he'll be able to start targeting the weaknesses. And actually, I said English pawn, but it's not. It's the English. That's right.
The most played opening on the tour.
Yeah, it's quite funny how they've all been surprised by that fact, but they all play it.
They all play it. Yeah.
It's a definite trend, and maybe it's in honour of Carl here in the studio joining us. The English opening. And, okay, how will Ding react? Wei Yi react? He might be trying to transpose into the Queen's Gambit declined, or at least a variant of the Queen's Gambit declined. Instead, we see White fianchetto his bishop onto the long diagonal, and very, very solid setup from Wei Yi. This was one I've had myself just countless times. White doesn't take any risk at all in the opening, and now White is pretty flexible which pawn to push in the centre of the board. It could transpose to the Catalan opening, one of Ding's favourites, but maybe Wei Yi will expect that, so a bit of mind games. And it does transpose to the Catalan opening, a branch of the Queen's Gambit declined.
Aha. And Wei Yi, he has 10 points. He is in sole lead in the tournament, who won 3 games yesterday. Ding also had a very good start to the tournament on 8 points. Is these 2 players that you are very familiar with, Carl?
Certainly I follow them online like I do most of the elite players, but it's quite interesting to see the change in chess style from my day, if you like, all the C4s. You know, E4 used to be the move to play to try to win, and now it's D4 or knight F3 or something else, and it's very hard to break these positions down. The fianchetto bishop there on the G2 square, it's very difficult to break in, so maybe it's a long
That's true. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
And one not to recommend, not to try at home.
Yeah, definitely. But also, I mean, just thinking back to last month's tour event where Magnus opened with that 1F3, which is kind of like a joke opening.
Yeah.
And
It must be annoying to face, right?
yeah, and he played against Duda, and Duda was just like totally
The rest of the day,
yeah, it just it didn't work his way, and then he kind of quickly lost game 3, and that was it. I mean, of course, he managed to bounce back and win the tournament, but yeah, it was a good psychological ploy.
So how about you guys? Worst move that you face in games?
I'd probably say similar actually. I mean, if you're playing someone and they play something completely ridiculous against you, it's like, oh, come on, you know. It's like, you know, you're kind of taking
Feels
the piss
disrespectful, kind of.
a little bit, I think, yeah. I mean, I was getting a quick game with chess in earlier and was playing some French guy, and you know, we got to Rook and King versus Rook and King, similar, and which is a dead draw, and the guy just played on, and I'm just like, oh, come on, you must have better things to do with your life. Not that I'm bitter or annoyed about it at all.
Just trying to win a climb that guy.
Yeah, we both had 30 seconds left, and I just like, I can't be bothered, you know. So just some of these little things can be a little bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know, they get me a bit angry. So, and I think if someone did that against me, it'd be like, okay, yeah, very funny, you're hilarious, so funny, yeah, it hasn't been seen before, but you're not really thinking that. And if you lose, it's even worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I think the guy had a good point with his Twitter post, very good point.
Very good point, yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's when my opponent, when I'm playing black, when I'm playing someone maybe slightly lower rated than me, when they just try and draw, and it's so hard sometimes to create winning chances with the black pieces in kind of must-win situations. Because I mean, you guys know me, I like to play long games where it's kind of try and squeeze out any potential winning chances, but it's tricky.
Yeah.
And the opponent is dead set on just trading everything off. It can be hard to keep the game alive.
Yeah.
The worst is when online, when they push all their pawns onto one row, and they do that, you know, they keep it nice and solid and like, come on, let's see what you're gonna do. And I hate that because they're just playing to win on time. That's it. Oh,
Anyway, how about you, Carl?
Well, there is an opening called the Grob.
Never heard about it.
Played in the old days, as I'm here to talk about the old days, obviously, and it was played in the old days, and it's basically equivalent to a slap in the face with a wet haddock. G4, this move, pawn to G4, which flies in the face of everything you ever learned about chess and says, I don't care about you, I'm just going to play my game and I'll beat you. And somebody played it against me not too long ago. Fair enough, they were an international master and they did win, but I was still really annoyed. You may be an IM, but you played G4 against me.
And we're about to see a draw by repetition.
Oh dear.
yeah.
Everything's come off the board, opposite colour bishops, nothing to do, and it is a draw.
All right. Maybe not a big surprise. These